putting your hand on push it nice and here. If you're low, I want both hands in the biceps, and I want head in the center of the chest. And all you're doing here is building up. Because my goal is to break your posture down, right? Yeah. Instead of doing what you've been doing, I want you to slowly get your hands to my hips. Yeah, just like work it into it as you can, right? But if it goes here, just slide them straight in. And you're pushing it. You should not. And they're not pressing in. They're not like pressing in. They're just like, don't press in. I just want to align it. And you're still kind of fast. If you think of it, like start like in time. Okay, somebody picks it up, like you got a wrestler or something, turn it on for a second or two, turn it back on. The person is more thought. So like, you're a strong guy. So am I. So is he. The difference is the timing. And I can roll like that for 2 hours. Because I start slow, and whenever you're strong, I turn it on for a second, and then I'm back. Really good. You know, that's two is. But it's also like part of the game when you start. You already getting quickly. So reading pass by. This is pass by. I didn't pass it because again, not teaching too. Yeah. So, dude, good shit. But it's not exercise. Whenever I start, you know what I'm saying. I know it sounds goofy, but like here.
I went to the gym. I did 25 minutes in the sauna, in the dry sauna. I'm trying to see how far I can kind of go until to a certain extent. I don't think I'm going to push past 30 minutes, but I do want to try to do that several times a week. But as soon as I was done with the sauna, I headed over to jiu-jitsu. And so there's the jiu-jitsu at the gym that I just started going to, and it was a great session. Teaches the classes, man, he is super willing and just excited almost to teach me, man. Like, it's crazy. And he's been like, he said to me several times, I'm so excited that you're here because finally, like, you're my size. It's easier to roll. It's more productive to spar or roll with someone your own weight and height, So he is teaching me so much just one-on-one, and I'm trying my best to absorb it like a sponge, right? And I just think I'm so lucky to have pretty much like a one-on-one coaching with someone who's had almost like a decade of experience, That's just awesome. And the dude wants to meet up pretty much whenever, and that's just fucking sick. And I guess it's kind of works out because he's interested in improving his striking, and so I can kind of pass on the knowledge that I'm getting from training my Muay Thai to him and help him become a more well-rounded fighter too, So yeah, he just taught me a lot of technique stuff, and for a good like 30 minutes, man, we did some rolling, right? Some live rounds, and we started them for the most part from a position like someone was in their guard and someone's on the bottom, someone's on top, like starting in the guard from the start. And he made me do about a 15-minute round. Like, he would not let me stop. Every time I was like, man, I need a fucking break. He's like, no, keep going, man. Just breathe and do this. No, fuck, okay, man. Like, I know that he is professional. He's teaching me right now. He's not trying to beat my ass, right? And it was great. He pushed me past my limit a little bit right there, and I think in the video you could probably tell I was like exhausted, man. And he's like, just breathe, but he's telling me this while he's laying on my fucking ribs and my chest, and I can't take a full breath, and it's like, man, let's just take a minute. He's like, no, just keep going. So I'm making, I think, really good progress on my cut. For some reason, the weights or the numbers on my scale just keep on fluctuating, but I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing my abs like show like I haven't seen them shown in I don't know how long. So, the scale doesn't always mean anything. Like, everything, the weight can fluctuate depending on how much food and water you have in your body at the time. But I think for the most part, as long as I know that I'm hitting my calories or not exceeding them, and if my body looks better in the mirror, then I should know that I'm on the right track, right? I'm doing pretty well with that. When I was reviewing my videos from the last month, I am actually really happy with the progress that I'm making. I think in the past month I've accomplished more than I have in the past, I'd say 5-6 months, honestly. It's crazy. It's like when I was, man, that's insane. When I think about it, I was for work on a rotation somewhere, and I was having a great time, but man, I wasn't accomplishing anything, dude. Like I was going to the gym, but I was doing like the basic fucking gym bro workouts and hardly making progress because I was not paying attention to what I was eating. I wasn't eating enough protein. I'd go out drinking probably twice a week, so like on the weekends and stuff, which isn't like too excessive, you know, but clearly I wasn't focused the way I am right now. I would I would choose to forego workouts and instead just hang out with friends, you know, and I did maybe one college class, and that's about the most productive thing I did out there. You know, I did my job and I did it well, but I wasn't achieving anything in my personal life, and that's what I feel like I'm doing in strides right now. I think if I keep up this consistency with my goals, especially with fighting, which I'm finding in the short time that I've been doing Muay Thai and then been tacking onto it, I have been finding it to be probably the most rewarding thing I've done in the past several years. And it's crazy when I hear that out loud because it makes me think, God, what the hell was I doing the past few years? But you know, like sometimes you have to learn through trial and error, man. What I thought I might have wanted a few years ago, maybe it's just part of the process to experiment and go through it to know that it's not what you really want and it's not what really matters to you or is what is important to you. I used to think some goals, particular goals that pertained more so to the army, were what mattered most to me as a person. And after pursuing those and them not having worked out the way I expected or for me to not have gone through it the way I thought I would, I'm realizing that maybe I never really wanted it to begin with. And it makes me kind of self-examine what my motivations were to begin with. And I'm thinking right now, because my main motivation for this fighting is to be able to defend myself, to be able to defend my family, people I care about in general, just to be able to have the confidence to stand up in the face of a threat or a bully, you know? And look, no shade to anybody. If anything, shade to my past self, but bodybuilding is not going to do anything for that. Running's not going to do anything for that. Fucking running with a backpack is not going to do anything for that. That is what I've been focused on for such a long time for my own egotistical reasons or for, I guess you could say, professional career-wise reasons. And now I'm realizing how much more I just value what I'm doing right now and how much more value I think it is to me in the future. And, you know, I guess it's better late than never, right? And, you know, I am only 23, and I just turned 23 a few months ago, right? So I'm trying to imagine myself where I am, where I'll be in the next year. And so far, pretty recently, especially in the last month, while I've been being able to look back on my channel in the past month and what I've been doing, I started off strong, and I've only been improving since. If you look at my first video, I was squatting barely a few reps of 205, and now I'm squatting 50 pounds heavier. Actually, no, 60 pounds heavier in a fucking month. And I also did that while, for the most part, cutting and while being in a calorie deficit. Because now I'm making these adjustments like tracking my food and increasing my protein and my water and taking my sleep seriously. And that was one fucking month, man. And in the 1 month, you can see the first sparring session that I did, right? And how exhausted and dog shit I performed. And within the next few days, I'm going to go spar again, and I'm going to make sure I get good footage. But watching that footage, you will probably see that it's night and day, the difference. And so I think that progress in 1 month, let's just multiply that by 6, half a year. I can't even imagine where I'll be in half a year if I keep up with the dedication, the consistency, and stay at the rate that I'm doing it right now. Man, I'll be fucking unrecognizable. Honestly, there's not much else that matters to me right now. You know, it's really funny. A couple weeks ago, I hung out with a buddy who was a lot of fun in the past, you know? He's like a party guy, right? And I like to have fun too, right? So we meet up. We plan for a Saturday. I want to hang out with him, this other dude, you know, like catch up and fucking go out, have a great time, right? We go out and we have a good time. It's a good night, right? But that's Saturday night. The next morning is Sunday, all right? It's time to realize that you had your fun, all right? You played hard. Now it's time to get back to work, all right? Because me personally, I view myself as a grown adult with responsibilities and a man, right? So I want to call it then and there, pick up my friends, drive home, get to eating properly, get to working out, get to basically all my normal routine, right? But my friend gets in the back of the car, who I thought is my friend, right, and starts chugging a bottle of vodka and starts like calling me lame because I don't want to drive him to go get fucking drugs, right? And I think and at one point he says to me, he's like, man, don't be mad at me because I'm enjoying my 20s. And I think, Jesus, dude. I think to myself, but I tell him, I mean, man, your version of enjoying your 20s is far different from mine. And I don't think he'll ever understand my side, someone like him, that my version of 20s is just not, yes, I like to have fun. But I also realize that you will never have this opportunity and time freedom to achieve what you want to achieve. And quite frankly, I don't care if him or somebody like him doesn't see my side, doesn't understand how my mind functions. Why should I? And it's moments like those that make me think that I'm doing something right. I know it's funny, this video started as me just talking about my day and stuff, but I think it's far more important that I'm self-reflecting right now. And that is what I think I do want this channel to be. And that is kind of what I want. And I do think that that's the value that I can provide through this channel to others, is by perhaps listening to my insights and I guess my self-reflections on my own journey, that it can help someone view their own journey in a different way. I don't think I'm going to talk anymore right now. I think I'm going to wrap it up for this video because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and try watching this afterwards and just cringe at everything that I'm saying, right? But yeah, so that's it for today. Stayed busy almost the entire day, studied my German, read a little bit of my Bible, got off of work, went to the sauna, did jiu-jitsu, stayed strict to my cut, went home, fucking showered, cooked chicken. I'm gonna fucking hit my protein goals and I'm gonna go to sleep. And then we're gonna do all the same thing tomorrow. So, hope everyone had a good day and I hope everyone has a good night. See you tomorrow.